Welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a comprehensive map tour of Tucson and the greater Tucson area. We are going to cover a lot in this video. I'm excited to dive in. By the end of this video, you're going to feel like a local. My family's lived in Tucson for over 150 years, and I personally have lived all over the city, and I'll point those out and share my experience with each of those locations as well. As a bonus, when you watch this video all the way through, I'll share with you which of these areas have experienced the most notable appreciation for homeowners. Let's jump in. Hey, I'm Rich, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want the inside scoop on lifestyle, real estate, and new builds in Tucson, Arizona, and the greater Tucson area, you have come to the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned in and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the very first to learn all that you want to know. As we get started, I wanted to remind you that I have worked over 15 years as both a real estate appraiser and a realtor here in Tucson. I get calls every single day from people like you who are making a move in Tucson. So whether you're moving in a week or a year, let's get connected. I've made contacting me super simple. I'll pin all of my contact information in a comment. You can also find it in the description, whether you prefer call, text, email, or you want to meet virtually over Zoom. I have my link to do a free 30-minute Zoom meeting so we can discuss your situation a little bit further. Let's get connected. All right, so now that we take a look at the map, the first area that we're going to start with is central Tucson. Now, none of these parameters, just to be completely upfront, this is my personal take. Having lived in Tucson my entire life, I'm giving you the locals tour and perspective. I went to high school in Tucson, went to college in Tucson. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, my family's lived here for over 150 years. So you're going to get the local experience. I'm going to use this map to show you and walk you through every part of Tucson so that you've got kind of the lay of the land, and it'll be a lot easier for you to kind of navigate once you've watched this video. So first up, we're going to start with central Tucson. Central Tucson is generally this area. You got the University of Arizona here. You know, this is north up here. So north would probably be River Road, which runs east to west, River Road all the way here. We got a great grocery store in Tucson called Trader Joe's. I'm not sure if that's a local grocery store or whether that's more corporate. They have locations possibly out of Tucson. But this is central Tucson, University of Arizona. You've got Randolph or Reed Park here. There is a zoo that's located here too. There's a golf course. I'm not a big golfer, so I can't give you a whole lot of insight on golfing, but I have played this course. It's pretty flat. You know, I would say it's beginner level to maybe intermediate. But again, if you're an avid golfer, you probably have a lot better place to speak on that than I do. But this is generally a fairly easy course. I have friends that have played golf a lot more than I have, and that's generally what I hear. Reed Park Zoo is located here. You've got a lot of these homes in central Tucson, which are older homes. A lot of these neighborhoods can have historic homes in them or be historic neighborhoods. The whole neighborhood is a historic neighborhood. So you've got Aviation Highway to the south here, which turns into Golf Links Road. I would say around Craycroft, maybe even Wilmot, is where central Tucson, in my mind and in most locals' minds, ends. So you've got from Wilmot to Golf Links, Aviation Highway here, and then you've got pretty much the University of Arizona on Campbell here, or probably more like Alvernon Country Club would be the western boundary. And then all the way down to River Road, which is here. There's a really cool park, Brandy Fenton Park, soccer fields, baseball fields, dog parks. They've got the Tucson JCC, Jewish Community Center. They've got some great stuff there if you're looking for kind of a club membership. Childcare, all sorts of stuff. Let's see what else. You've got another dog park located here off of River Road. There is something else that's cool about Tucson that you may not be familiar with, but along this Rito River path, they call it a river, but let's be honest, it's a wash. When we get really, really inundated with rain, there can be a lot of water that flows through here, but generally it's dirt. And there is a walking slash running slash biking path that goes along this, and it goes for miles and miles and miles. I mean, I've recently started running in the last couple years. I'm about to do my second marathon. If you're a runner, post in the comments what marathon I should do for my third one. I think I'm probably gonna do several more. But this river path follows this wash for miles and miles. When I do my long runs, 20, 22-mile runs, I'll do 10 miles up, 10 miles back. But honestly, there's a huge biking community in Tucson that covers this path that just traverses the entire city, goes all the way, pretty much just following this outline. Tanque Verde Creek goes all the way up here, actually, shoots down the Pantano Wash, and goes all the way out east. So we'll get to that. Central Tucson, generally located here. You've got University of Arizona on the western boundary, and you've got a lot of historic homes. You got grocery stores, shopping. You've got a Target, Walmart Supercenter, Home Depot here at Elcon Mall. I'll make a separate video where I break down employers, shopping, activities. So if you're looking to relocate and you're trying to get acclimated to the city, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, because I will make another video showing where the biggest employers are, where the best shopping is, the most popular shopping, where some of the biggest, most popular events are held, where the biggest venues are for concerts and anything else that's going on that's coming to town, golf courses, all that stuff. So I'll make separate videos for that, so keep an eye out. But Central Tucson has a lot of parks. I mentioned Reed Park, Himmel Park. This is a great park that we live pretty close to. Central Tucson's a soft spot for me because I've spent most of my life living in Central Tucson, actually in this neighborhood here, Sam Hughes. So great neighborhood. We love living central. We've also lived quite a bit. We have another house that we lived at near Speedway and Swan, which is here. It was actually Fifth. So it was about in this area here. Would live there again. We really enjoyed living there. We've always wanted to live in Sam Hughes, which is a historic neighborhood really close to the university. So we had our chance to move there, and we did. Now, moving from Central Tucson, we're going to move to kind of the university area. We're going to jump over Campbell Avenue, which is here. And this is all University of Arizona. Now, West University, pretty much all the way to I-10. This is a little pocket neighborhood. Pie Allen, Rincon Heights, West University, Jefferson Park. All of these neighborhoods are very, very popular among students, among professors, among people that like vibrant, walkable areas. Lots of parks, there's grocery stores. Speedway is a really easy corridor, east and west, probably one of the better ones rather than Broadway Boulevard. So Speedway is definitely a key. Mountain Avenue is one of the main bike paths north to south. And if you take Mountain Avenue all the way down, it does connect you. There's a bike path on Mountain Avenue that connects you to the Riverwalk that I was mentioning before. So running, biking, all that sort of stuff is along what they call the River Loop. So back to university. It gives you a little bit of a breakdown. If you haven't walked through the University of Arizona campus, it's one of my favorite places to run, walk, take the kids in a stroller, play a little bit of, grab a volleyball or soccer ball and play on some of what they call the mall, these grass areas. And this whole street is lined with beautiful palm trees. So the campus is gorgeous. This is called Old Main here, the one of the original buildings of the campus itself. A lot of these brick buildings are some of the original ones from the early 1900s, which is pretty cool. You got Arizona Stadium here where all the football goes down, McHale Center where the basketball games are. You've got the pool, tennis, baseball, softball. So the campus, there's a lot going on at the campus. And if you like collegiate sports, then university area could be a really fun place for you to check out. Moving from there, we're going to move to the downtown area. Now, downtown is located here. Hotel Congress, one of the most historic hotels in the entire country, located on Congress Avenue right here. You can still stay there. It's right next to the Amtrak station. Armory Park, beautiful, beautiful historic neighborhood. Some of the most unique architecture in all of Tucson, and very, very cool houses. If you get a chance to walk through the downtown area, check out Armory Park, walk through some of the houses, some of the streets, in Armory Park, and check out some of the architecture. But you've got the Children's Museum, which is a great place for kids entertainment. You've got the TCC, which is one of the main arenas and venues for both hockey, but sporting events, and also music venues, concerts, all that sort of stuff. Corporate events. You've got the museum downtown. The art museum is downtown as well. You've got shopping, restaurants, dining. There is quite a bit of jobs and employers downtown as well. So just a lot happening downtown. Very historic. A lot of these homes are going to be built in the early 1900s. So if you're open to that, then this is definitely an area that you want to check out. Moving from there, we're going to move over to West Tucson. We're going to hop over I-10 here. You can follow Congress. Is actually one of our favorite places to go eat is the Mercado, which is located here. They have an outdoor dining area. They've got a burrito place there called Sace. And they've got an incredible breakfast burrito. What's it called? The Jefe, El Jefe burrito. Delicious. Egg, chipotle, crema sauce, green chilies, chorizo, wrapped in a burrito. Really, really good. One of our favorite breakfast places there. They've got great coffee. They've got a restaurant, St. Augustine Kitchen, Say's Kitchen. They got a bakery. They have a coffee shop. So cool place to hang out there west of I-10. Also the MSA Annex, which is kind of like it's a bunch of shipping containers that they place together, and they've got shopping and little like boutique shops set up there. They have a couple like pop-up bars and some places that serve appetizers, even dinner. They also have a venue, so they'll do like a farmer's market, or they'll do like a small music concerts there. It's a lot of apartments that are being built in this area, luxury apartments that are being built in this area. Caterpillar, one of the biggest employers in Tucson, or a large employer in Tucson, has moved in within the last 5 to 10 years and located just west of downtown as well. You have A Mountain, which is a staple. You can't miss it. They've got the big A that's painted on there. It's kind of distorted here, but you can see that from the city. Also, what's really fun about West University is Tumamoc Hill. St. Mary's Hospital, located here, one of the most popular hospitals in Central Tucson, or that services Central Tucson, I should say. Tumamoc Hill is a great 1 to 2 mile paved walk up this hill. There's quite a bit of switchbacks when you get up here all the way to the top. Incredible spot to take a photo. And then, so it's about 2 to 2.5 mile round trip, but great little exercise spot. There is quite a community of people that do that on a regular basis. So on any given day, you'll probably see a couple hundred to a couple thousand people up and down that mountain. So kind of a cool, fun group activity to do. Again, a lot of historic homes in this West Tucson area. You've got some golf courses here, El Rio Golf Course. You do have a community college campus, one of the largest in Tucson, Pima West Campus. And one of my favorite resorts is actually out here as well. So you've got the Star Pass area, and this resort, the JW Marriott Star Pass Resort. They've got this beautiful lazy river. They've got some great restaurants, incredible views. I've never played this golf course. Again, I'm not a big golfer, but beautiful golf course. Every time I go out there, I wonder, man, if I got a little bit more serious about golfing, this would be a place that I'd want to play. So check that out, JW Marriott. There are some large custom homes. When you get into this Star Pass area, Star Pass neighborhood in West Tucson, you get a lot more luxurious homes out here. Probably, I would say 30, 40, 50% above what the average is in Tucson. You've got some incredible hiking trails out here. One of the benefits of being West Tucson. Also, mountain biking. If you're a mountain biker, you can mountain bike many of these trails as well. West Tucson continues further south. So we were looking at the, downtown is here. We hopped over west. This whole area, West Tucson, kind of continues further south. And you got just a ton of great neighborhoods with some of these lots are larger as you start to move out of the downtown area. So these are probably smaller lots. Sorry, I keep jumping around. These are probably smaller lots, more city, urban style lots. As you move a little bit further south, you start to see that the home sizes increase a little bit and the lot sizes increase. You're starting to get less of these smaller lotted homes, much less of these smaller parceled homes, and you get a lot more of these larger lots. So if you're looking for something with a little bit more privacy, a little bit more space, that's definitely something to check out. There is several golf courses, Silver Bell Golf Course. I mentioned Star Pass. You've got shopping, dining, restaurants, pretty much everything that you want west of I-10. And because it's located right on I-10, it's pretty quick to get anywhere. Also, one of the things that I wanted to mention too, I forgot to mention about Central Tucson is as you take I-10 this way, shoot past downtown Tucson, there is quite a bit of shopping off of I-10, including when you get to this Keno intersection here. You got Dave & Buster's, Walmart, Costco, you've got all sorts of stuff that's being built here. So just wanted to shout that out, that really does a good job at servicing Central Tucson, West, Downtown, University, all the areas that I've mentioned up to this point. There's also Keno Sports Complex. And if you haven't already watched my video, What's Happening in Tucson, Arizona, there is a new area called Mosaic Quarter that's being built. They broke ground in 2024, October of 2024. That's going to be a massive sports complex and outdoor pavilion featuring 14 restaurants, tons of outdoor dining space. So it's going to be really cool. Go grab that video. I'll leave a link in the description. So after this video, watch that video if you're curious, because that's going to be Tucson's first billion-dollar project. So moving from the west area, let's take a look at Marana. I'm going to shoot down south to the Marana area. And Marana generally is going to be Gladden Farms. It crosses I-10. So it's really kind of this whole area. Dove Mountain, which is here, very resort style living area. Some incredible golfing out here. Very exclusive, luxurious place in Dove Mountain. Honestly, Dove Mountain's kind of unique because you can find homes in Dove Mountain that aren't too far above the average price in Tucson, but then you also have homes in Dove Mountain who are $3, $4, $5 million as well. So kind of a cool area to get that resort style lifestyle and luxury, but they also have an affordable area, many affordable areas in that Dove Mountain neighborhood as well. So you've got, that's part of Marana. You jump across I-10. This is one of the biggest master plan communities in Marana. This is Gladden Farms. Much more affordable here in Gladden Farms, and they have houses that range in size from 1,500 square feet to 3,000, 3,200. So single story, two story. They have RV garages, lots of new builders in that area as well. This area has gentrified quite a bit. Gentrifying meaning that there has been a ton of development that is just a surge of building that's caused a lot of demand to peak in this area. So definitely one to keep tabs on. There's also quite a bit of other neighborhoods like Continental Ranch, which is a very established area. Continental Ranch area is located here off of I-10, Twin Peaks, I-10. So you can see this is much more established. It's been around for 20, 30 years. Not too much new builds going on. There are some, but they're very minimal. Most of the real estate has been established for quite some time. And in these areas, you're going to have all the amenities you would come to expect. I mentioned some of the golfing, you've got shopping, restaurants. A lot of people who live out here in Marana commute to Northwest Tucson, which is generally located. This is the 77 or Oracle Road and I-10. Generally, Northwest Tucson is going to be this area here, and we'll talk about that next. But a lot of people from the Marana area will commute into town because there are restaurants, shopping, grocery stores all out here in Marana. If you want more variety, if you want some additional things to choose from, then this area is usually where they'll commute to, Northwest Tucson. There is Costco's in here. There's more grocery stores, fast food, sit-down restaurants, everything that you would imagine is there. So that is definitely an easy commute from the Marana area. Northwest Tucson is kind of the next area that we're going to talk about. I mentioned River Road coming west or east to west. Generally, this is River Road. Northwest Tucson is kind of from that River Road area all the way, this whole area here. And there are quite a bit of diverse neighborhoods in this area, from Casas Adobes, where you're going to have homes that are situated on, say, 1/3 of an acre to about 1/2 an acre. And they're older homes, adobe block, some frame stucco. You might even have some brick homes. And then you move over here to like Heritage Hills, for instance, where you're going to find a lot higher density homes that are on smaller lots. They're newer. They're probably going to be newer, built in the 80s, 90s, and price points in Northwest Tucson are right around the average, maybe slightly above average in most of these areas. And then some of the neighborhoods will be well above average. But you've got golfing, you've got dining, you've got this big shopping complex here, Foothills Mall, which is actually going through a big renovation. So we're not sure what exactly is going to happen there. Albertsons, Lazy Boy Furniture. You've got a big business district here with investment advisors, doctors. Hospitals are also close in all of these areas that I've mentioned. Let's see. You've got Donaldson Elementary School, so high schools, elementary schools, middle schools, dining. So there is quite a bit that's going on in Northwest Tucson. You've got lots of parks as well. So really, every convenience that you could really ask for is at your fingertips. Northwest Tucson has their own Costco right here off of I-10. They've got a Top Golf. If you haven't been to Top Golf, that's a fun place as well. Whether you're a golfer or not, to be honest with you, get up there and swing the club. It's kind of fun, especially at night. This Top Golf has a beautiful view of the Santa Catalina Mountains as well. So at night, that's a pretty fun one to go to because the whole course is lit up. At sunset, you can start to see the mountains, the sun behind the mountains, which is pretty cool. Home Depot, Sportsman Warehouse. So Northwest Tucson, a very popular area, definitely one that has continued to see an increase in demand over the years. From Northwest, we're going to jump over to the Dove Mountain area, which I kind of already talked about, to be honest with you. Oro Valley is right next to it. So Dove Mountain is part of the Marana area. I mentioned that it is a kind of a luxury resort lifestyle area. It really has an emphasis on open space, which is cool. They've got many, many acres of Dove Mountain dedicated to open space to help preserve some of the natural landscape, some of the wildlife, but also give privacy to the homeowners. And I think that really shows. There's also a wide diversity of properties, from full-blown custom homes that are on large lots to you've got several builders in there that are building relatively affordable homes for an area like Dove Mountain, especially if you compare Dove Mountain to like Scottsdale up in Phoenix. Dove Mountain prices are far, far more affordable. And I think it gives a very similar feel of upscale luxury style and luxury lifestyle. So check out Dove Mountain if that kind of seems like it's something that floats your boat. Next to that, to the east, is Oro Valley. Now, Oro Valley is one of the more popular areas in Northwest Tucson. I would say it has an emphasis on more of a higher end homes, and it's more established. It's Oro Valley has been around much longer than, say, Dove Mountain. So many of the homes are going to be older than the homes in Dove Mountain. And you're going to have several resorts located in Dove Mountain, like El Conquistador, which is a very popular one. It's nestled right up against the Santa Catalina Mountains here. So you've got some incredible hiking trails. You also have Catalina State Park, which is one of the most popular parks if you're into outdoor lifestyle, outdoor hiking, backpacking. I don't believe they allow dogs at Catalina State Park, so you can't bring your furry friends. But if you want to get outdoors, they have a ton of beautiful trails you can check out. Oro Valley Hospital here. They've got the Oro Valley Marketplace, which has a Walmart, lots of shopping, restaurants, like Olive Garden, Petco, the Keg Steakhouse, which is a great place I've been to before as well. Fork and Fire Smokehouse and Tap Room, have not been there. Sounds like it might be a cool one to check out. So Oro Valley is definitely a spot that when we work with buyers who are considering Northwest Tucson, I think Oro Valley tends to cater to people who like a little bit larger home, are in a price range that is above the average price point for Tucson and Northwest Tucson, and maybe looking for something a little bit more upscale and don't mind a little bit older home. I would say 1980s, 1990s versus, say, Dove Mountain. You're probably, most of the homes in Dove Mountain were built 2010 plus, most of them. So that's Oro Valley. Make sure you comment below which of these areas you think is the best one for you, or which one you're kind of leaning towards. If you comment, as an added favor, I'll comment and leave some more information about that area in particular that you're not going to be able to find on Google. I'll give you some local perspective that I don't have time to include in this video, but I'll give you some insights that I know that you'll appreciate, having worked in many, many, many of these areas for over 15 years. I know I can probably provide some insights to you that'll be helpful. So comment below. Let me know which areas you're kind of leaning towards and a little bit more curious about. From Oro Valley, we're going to head over to Saddlebrook, which is north. Saddlebrook is a large, predominantly retirement community. And it does have building that's going on, construction of new homes that's going on. It's north on Oracle, just past a small town called Catalina. This community has a big emphasis on retirees. So, we get out-of-state clients who are looking to retire. Tucson happens to be a big destination for people looking to retire. So if that is you, Saddlebrook is one of the most popular areas if you're looking for a large master planned community that is dedicated to retirees, with golfing and homes ranging from small homes to very, very large homes, wide range in price point. You can get very affordable homes in Saddlebrook. You can also go very high end and luxurious in Saddlebrook as well. They've got places to eat. They've got all sorts of walking paths. It's a very nice community, and it's very close as well to other places to eat, bashes, grocery stores. So you've got everything that you need within about 15-20 minutes. Great community out there. All right, so next up from Saddlebrook, I'm going to take you back down. We're going to cross over the Catalina Mountains. We were up here in Saddlebrook, and just a kind of quick review. We started in central Tucson here around the University of Arizona, talked about the university area, downtown, west Tucson, Marana, Dove Mountain, northwest Tucson here, Oro Valley. We jumped up to Saddlebrook here. This is the Santa Catalina Mountains, and Mount Lemmon, one of the great escapes in the 3 or 4 months of excruciating heat that we have here in Tucson. I personally have lived in Tucson my whole life, so I've gotten accustomed to the summers as much as you can. Trust me, it hits 112. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but you find ways to appreciate the summertime. And Mount Lemmon is one of the great escapes. It is about 45 minutes drive from central Tucson up to Ski Valley or up to Summer Haven. And as the name would imply, Summer Haven, it is a haven for people in the summertime because the temperatures drop probably 20 degrees. So when it's 110 here, it's about 90 degrees or maybe mid 80s up there. Get up in the pine trees. So anyway, just wanted to add that because I saw it on the map. Santa Catalina Mountains here. We're going to go to an area now called Catalina Foothills. Now, Catalina Foothills in Tucson is probably one of the, I would say it's probably regarded as one of the most luxurious and exclusive areas in Tucson. And they have quite a few resorts. You've got the Hacienda del Sol Guest Ranch. You've got Lowe's, Ventana Canyon. And there are several neighborhoods that house some of the most expensive real estate in Tucson. Pima Canyon Estates is one of the highest priced communities or neighborhoods in all of Tucson. You've got Sin Vacas, which is another one of those. The Summit at Finger Rock, the canyons. I mean, this is right up against the foothills of the Santa Catalina Mountains. Much of these homes are elevated hundreds of feet above these homes here, and they have incredible views that overlook the entire city. I have both appraised homes sat upon the foothills here. I've also sold homes and worked with buyers and sellers in that process. So some of these homes are huge. I mean, 5,000, 10,000 square feet. So these homes can range in price and set the upper limits of pricing for homes in Tucson. But Catalina Foothills also has homes that are, I would say, 15 to 20% above the average of Tucson. So still not super far out of reach. There are homes in some of these neighborhoods are older homes in general. And some of those homes can be much more affordable if you're interested in living in the Catalina Foothills. Now, Catalina Foothills has this great mall here called La Encantada, outdoor style mall. They have high-end shopping, AJ's Fine Foods. They've got an Apple store there. They have a Benbridge Jewelers. Just a lot of really cool shops. Crate and Barrel is there. They've got some great dining as well. If you like one of the best views, actually, one of the best views of any restaurant in Tucson is at this mall, and it's on this patio right here. So this is Blanco's Mexican Kitchen. And sitting on this patio here, you have an absolutely incredible view. You can't tell here because of the aerial, but you're elevated quite a bit from Tucson. And from here, you've got an incredible view of Tucson and the city. So go check that out. But again, you've got hospitals, you have high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, lots of diversity in the types of real estate. You've got golfing, really anything and everything that you would like. Now, I would say that living in Tucson, the foothills area there really isn't anything commercial wise, like restaurants, bars. If you're looking for anything to do after about 10 p.m., Catalina Foothills pretty much shuts down. Like there is almost nothing, really nothing that's open beyond 10 p.m. And that's very different from, say, central Tucson or even northwest Tucson. So keep that in mind. It's a different type of vibe out there. Catalina Foothills, beautiful area. If you want some more information, again, comment that you're leaning towards that. I'll provide you some specific insights that you probably wouldn't find anywhere else. Next up, we're going to head a little bit further east to an area called Tanque Verde. Now we're jumping across this Sabino Canyon rec area. Sabino Canyon is another one of the most popular recreation areas, and they have some incredible trails. One of my favorite trails ever is Seven Falls, especially during the rainy season, because there are a series of waterfalls. There's actually more than 7. There's probably 10, 15. And when it's raining, you get this cascading effect of waterfalls, which is really, really cool. Lots of great hiking out there, lots of water out there in the rainy season, which is really fun. Go check that out if you like the outdoor area. Tanque Verde comprised of a lot of ranch style homes and ranch style properties. You're going to have larger acreage. You're going to have a lot more privacy. You're out of the hustle and bustle of the city. So I would say just kind of a slower pace out here. It's almost like its own little thing removed out here. If you're looking for peace and quiet, if you want some of the conveniences of being close to a city, but you want to feel like you're out of the city, then this is a great area to consider, Tanque Verde area. And one thing that I will mention is that because it is situated here, there really is no convenient way to I-10. You're kind of obligated to go all the way through the city, or, up River Road, or shoot down Houghton Road, which is here. That is probably one of the biggest drawbacks from my perspective, being a local, having sold a lot of real estate out there and worked with a lot of clients in Tanque Verde. For the people that buy out there, that's not their concern at all. So just pointing that out. If that's a concern of how far the commute is to I-10, that's most of the people that buy out there. They're not concerned with commute. They don't mind a 30-minute commute to just I-10. So for you, if that's something that you're concerned about, then that's why I wanted to mention. There is quite a bit of hiking out here. You've got grocery stores out there. You've got dining. You've got coffee shops. You've got everything that you need out there. So don't be afraid to put Tanque Verde on the list as something to check out. Next, we're going to move to the east side, which is just moving us a little bit further south from Tanque Verde area here. And we're going to go out here east. Old Spanish Trail, Houghton, Broadway, Pantano. These homes in these areas are generally going to be, I would say, 1,000 square feet to maybe 2,200 to 2,500 square feet. Predominantly single family homes, but there are quite a bit of townhouses out here, condos. So affordability, I would say this is probably one of the areas that is one of the more affordable areas if you're looking at being really close to central Tucson. East Tucson provides a lot of that. Lots of great hospitals. You're still pretty close to hiking, Loma Verde Trailhead out here, Reddington Pass, which is one of my favorite places to go. It's just straight out Tanque Verde out to, I think you go, out past 49ers Country Club. Here's Reddington Road and Tanque Verde Falls. Here's another great place when it's rainy to go check out some waterfalls. So East Tucson has a lot to offer. You've got several shopping centers. It's Ace Hardware here. You got a big Northwest Medical Center, Houghton. So that's a big facility. You've got a big Pantano Christian Church out here. That's actually one of the biggest and most popular in Tucson. What else do we have? Yeah, just kind of exploring high schools, middle schools, Safeway. They've got some new developments that are going in. There is some new construction that's happening in East Tucson as well. Not a ton, but as you can see, there are larger pieces of land that have not been developed. So some of these builders are doing these kind of infill projects with some new construction, which is nice to see. So if you are considering the east side and you really would like to compare new versus resale, I've made a video about it, comparing from an appraiser's perspective and my perspective, having sold real estate, helped people buy and sell real estate for 15 years. I compare the two on lots of different data points. So grab that video. I think you'll enjoy it. After you're done watching this, you can go watch that one. That gives you kind of a glimpse at where East Tucson is and some of the things that it has to offer. Next, we're going to be moving to Vail, which is a little bit further south still. And Vail generally encompasses this area: Rita Ranch, Savano, Rocking K, all the way across I-10 to where it says Vail. Whetstone Ranch. Vail has really hit a new stride in the last 10 years. When I first started appraising back in 2009, I did quite a bit of appraisals out in Vail, and there were quite a bit of homes out there, but there wasn't yet that commercial infrastructure that had come in. The conveniences, the gas stations, the Walgreens, the grocery stores, the dining. In the last decade, there has been a lot more of those conveniences coming in, and because of that, we've seen a bigger push with a lot more residential real estate being built as well. So it is gentrifying. It is being built up pretty rapidly. And it's a very popular area because of affordability. So you can take a look. One of the main drag here, they've got Dairy Queen, they've got elementary schools, you've got Safeway, Subway, Walgreens, Taco Bell. One of the most popular areas is Rancho del Lago in Vail here. And there's again a wide diversity of ages of homes, sizes of homes, sizes of lots, whether you're looking for something that's, you want acreage, you want privacy, and you want horses and equestrian and all that, or whether you're looking for something, you want 2 stories with a garage, 1,800 square feet, pretty affordable. Like, they've got all of that. Lots and lots of new development going on here, several different builders. If you're curious what builders are building in Vail, leave me a comment and I would be happy to connect with you and send you a list of what some of the best builders are in Vail, which they're building. But Vail has quite a bit to offer. And I would say a lot of people that live in Vail, a lot of clients that we work with that live in Vail or choose Vail, end up working or in the military and work at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, which is located here. So Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, it's a quick shot off of I-10, so it's not too far away. And that gives you kind of a glimpse at what is happening in Tucson. Now that we've covered everything, I want you to comment below which of these areas you are the most interested in and give me some specifics. I'll share some details with my insight, having lived all over the city in many of these areas. I'll share with you what some of my insights are, and hopefully that will give you some additional insight. Now, as I discussed with you earlier in the video, I want to deliver on something that I said in the beginning. Which of these areas have seen the most noticeable and most notable appreciation for homeowners? Those areas are going to be Catalina Foothills, Oro Valley, and Marana. Those have experienced the most notable increases in median sale prices over the last 10 years. And there are several factors that have played into that, such as location, desirability, development, both commercial and residential, and amenities. So all of those have played a role in significantly influencing those trends. There you go. Now you know the city like a local does. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up to support me and the channel. Greatly appreciate your support. Leave a comment below which neighborhood, which area you are leaning towards. As always, I want to leave you with an important reminder, and this reminder is a quote goes like this: "A mistake that makes you humble is better than an achievement that makes you arrogant." Take that and apply that to what's going on in your life. And remember, if you're planning on buying or selling in the next 12 months, let's get connected. You can grab all my contact information in the description below, or it'll be pinned in a comment. I'm really easy to get a hold of, and I'd love an opportunity to be a resource for you. You can call, text, email, or schedule a free Zoom consult so we can meet face to face. Until next time, I hope to see you around the neighborhood.